All right, number 6, we got Little Ducky Cute. A very cute name
Little
there.
Ducky Cute. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
It's brilliant, different mixes. Okay, so let's see what we're in store for here.
It's brilliant, different mixes. I don't know what that means.
Let's find out.
But let's see. I think this was submitted to us actually during the last stream during the chat.
Yeah.
We're gonna get hit with a 30-second advertisement.
Oh my god!
Want to hear something amazing?
Oh,
No,
Discover.
SoundCloud.
No, I don't. So this is interesting. Here we
If
got
you
a
refresh. Will it give us an ad?
Oh, maybe. I was just muting it, but let's see. We got nice album art here, Poggers, word art from Microsoft Word. Very charming. Little Ducky Cute. Didn't they pulled through here.
It is a Little Ducky Cute.
Yeah, it's very Little Ducky Cute. So it's helloeveryone.mp3. I think they said it was a release because it's not private. And without further ado, here it is, Little Ducky Cute. Hello, everyone. It's like Casio piano type beat.
Think of a rubber ducky. Yeah, that guy. Well, that's a real ducky.
Yeah.
Dude, I think this would be sick if there's a video with it of like an animated ducky.
Oh, ready to get a build up? Ooh, I like. Nice
I wanted one more beat on the end. Got to pause at the bottom. Yeah.
All right, that was Little Ducky Cute. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Josh.
Everyone. Hello, Chris.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
What do you think?
I'm trying to think like how to give the most useful feedback. Like,
yeah,
I feel like this is probably like an early stage type thing.
Yeah,
where it's a number of loops.
Yep.
Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which at the beginning is okay because there aren't as many layers and so there's nothing to clash. At the end, there's definitely some clashing between the different layers because, well, they're not made for each other. They come from different places. That's a tricky game. If your game is to find stuff and layer it instead of recording it, you need to be very, very careful to make sure things don't clash because, if you find two things in the same key, that's fine, but doesn't mean that they're always going to be playing the same chords for each change, and so you'll have some dissonance, and then for production also, like things might not always gel together super well. Towards the end, there's definitely some layering dissonance of things that are stepping on each other, both in the frequency ranges and also in the harmonic content, which just translates to it sounds cacophonous to the listener in a way that is not. That's sort of dissonant.
For all the lame brains back home, can you explain cacophonous? Is it just like a lot?
It just means there's a lot and it's dissonant. Things are fighting with each other. Things are clashing rather than working with each other.
Yep.
Rather than supporting each other, they're all sort of, it's like you're in a conference room and everybody's shouting over each other instead of having a dialogue. It's like that. So it's, I mean, the actual advice then would be either don't get loops, either like have a little MIDI keyboard and record parts with different sounds.
Hmm.
That will give you the most sort of cohesive thing probably if you can manage to do that. Or you can even get MIDI stems where you don't have to know how to play anything. All you need to do is get the MIDI chords and stuff and then use your own sounds and you can modify what they're doing.
Hmm.
So if things are clashing, you can just take out a note from a chord
Yeah.
and now it's not clashing.
Yeah.
But just, I mean, just digging a little bit, if you really want to make something that people can want to listen to and come back to, a little bit more has to be put into it in terms of arranging stuff and putting them together.
Yeah.
That's just how music works with trying to make a good product. It's
Yeah.
like things have to be balanced well and put together thoughtfully. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I think that's the sort of the starting point for this. And once you have the arrangement down, it's also like think about who is your target like listener.
Yeah.
Like there's no vocals obviously.
Mhm.
So is it like a background music type thing?
Yeah.
Would people use it on their like streams as background music or something? That's maybe
Yeah.
kind of the vibe here,
Yeah.
poggers.
Yeah.
But it's got to be it's got to sound cohesive.
Yeah. Exactly the very last point you made there. That's, and if I'm going to comment on vibes, it sounds like it's background music, and I think that's largely because it's kind of like a lack of structure. I would say. So Josh was saying arrangement. That's what I would say. There was no kind of direction that you lead me in the songs. Like maybe it was just like one loop comes in, another loop comes in, and like a different loop comes in. Like that was the kind of progression that I got. Nothing too big on changes, which for some applications, like what Josh was saying, like stream compilations video or waiting to start video a feed before a stream. Like for me, I immediately thought like a top 10 list. Like
Yeah.
this is a top 10 kind of rubber ducky videos, and
Right.
then you have this song, and I think it fits.
And you can make money with that, but
Yeah,
it still needs to
royalty
be
free music, right? This
yeah.
could kind of be there. It definitely sound like loops. So like one way to combat that is to get into the loops a little bit and make sure that they don't clash manually. But you could also just curate them in a way where they don't clash, and put them in a right structure that tells a story with the song. If that's what you're going for, you might be going for this other audience of just background music, which but even then, like there is some clashing, like what Josh is saying.
Even then, and just like a being like if you're trying to like layer stuff and figure out what works, like put one layer on the track and see how it sounds and feels,
Yeah.
and then like mute it and put a different layer on and see like which one sounds better, and then that might help you discover like, oh well, now I can sort of see like this one is able to be layered very well and it melds everything together and doesn't sound like things are fighting, and this other one maybe sounds like things are fighting, and that can be a really good way to tell
Yeah.
if that's happening or not.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything like catastrophic in terms of clashing. Like there was nothing that was out of key. So you're definitely above that level where
Right.
that's happening. So
Right.
everything sounded good. Everything sounded like in the same key. Everything sounded bouncy and happy, and maybe that's what you're going for. So with vibes, it's like I don't know. It's like a develop for me, just because I don't feel like a story. It just kind of sounds
Sure.
like background music. Same with content. I might even go to red with content if we're putting content with arrangement and stuff.
Mhm.
Just because I don't know your application. Maybe you can kind of say it in the description. But if this was like a song that was trying to be played on the radio or something, like I don't know if it would go there. I could see it in a library for uh, royalty free music to play while your stream is loading, which is fine. But yeah, like I would like to hear a little bit more kind of a story told. Now with production, it doesn't sound like it's mastered. So it sounds immediately kind of quieter than the other tracks. It sounds it didn't sound like it was too bad in terms of mix wise. Like I don't know. I didn't think anything was too overbearing or
Yeah,
anything.
no,
It
it
was
was
just
actually yeah, the mix was okay.
yeah. So yeah, I think on the mix production wise, it's like yellow, because I would definitely at least slap a limiter on it,
Sure.
and maybe do some little more EQs. But yeah, that's kind of my rundown of the three categories there. Did you give colors?
Not yet. So
I'll
yeah,
let you go.
mine would be vibes. Yeah, also yellow for develop.
Mm.
Yeah, just needs a little bit of careful thought as to who you're trying to serve, and who's going to listen to your stuff, and what settings, and who are they, what are their musical tastes,
Mm-hmm.
what settings should they be listening to this in.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's for the purpose of sort of like background music type thing, then this is good. If you want it to be more of like a mainstream type thing, probably needs vocals, even
Mm-hmm.
if it's like vocal chops, like some vocal samples and
Yeah,
stuff like you'd hear in.
there's
Yeah,
some
but
of that.
maybe more like like electronic music where you'd have like some lyrics that are sort of in there, and
Yeah,
that can be, you don't need a vocalist for that. You can get samples for some of that.
Vocaloids.
Right. That's an option too.
Mm-hmm.
Then for content, yeah, I just think like right now strikes me as it's stuff that's kind of been found for the most part, like just loops that maybe could be curated a little bit better.
Yeah.
I would say redo for content. It doesn't mean everything, but for parts of it for sure.
Yep.
And then for production, yeah, the production's not bad. I would say developed, once things get in there, new loops, whatever, and just restructuring things a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then really refining your production will be important. But
Yeah.
develop there.
At least push it up to like the level that the rest of the tracks are going to
Yeah,
be
I
at.
mean, levels is one thing. It'll also be interesting to see once the arrangement is solidified.
Yeah.
Well, then that changes the mix too. So you just need to
For
make
sure.
sure that things are polished there as well.
Yep. Track total.
Track total. For me, it would be. It's hard to like quantize things into these, but I would say
Orange.
I mean, it's definitely like you want to develop, obviously, but there are a significant number of things that, like, if you're going to make another track, should just be like sort of rethought from the ground up.
Yep.
It's between redo and develop, but it's in that general sphere of like, keep working on it. Try new things, like learn from YouTube and tutorials and stuff. Just keep at it and like ask people what they think. It's hard. Like if you ask family and friends, they'll lie to you. They'll say like, "Oh yeah, it's really good."
Submit
but like,
it to us.
Yeah, like submit it to us because we're not biased. We'll shit on it if we don't like it.
Yeah.
But like, and also with like this fast track platform, you'll be able to ask actual music industry professionals what they think, which is like those people are informed.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep working on it. Keep working on it for sure.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if we could get like someone that produces royalty-free music for a living. That'd
Yeah,
be awesome.
That'd be really
like
cool.
a Kevin MacLeod or something.
That'd be awesome.
Because this is where it falls for me. So yeah, we love little Ducky cutes. So please send us more. And yeah, my overall rating is the same as Josh, in between yellow and red. That's why I said orange. Yeah, I think there could be some more work to put in before, say, if I was their artist, before I would release it. So yeah, thank you for your submission.